Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Ample sunshine expected today with daytime highs approaching 44. Winds out of the west 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly cloudy skies expected tonight, lows level off around 14. Daytime highs approaching 21. Tomorrow, sunshine mixed with clouds at times. I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently 34.
Kansas Mid-America Network News. I'm Andy Hoosier. After the official State of the State address on Wednesday evening, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly yesterday officially announced her annual budget for the fiscal year of 2026. As according to the news release that came from the governor's office, the Democrat governor did release the budget proposal saying, quote, "It is balanced and continues to fully fund Kansas's K-12 public schools." She says the budget proposal also invests in early childhood services along with special education and addresses both short and long-term water needs in the state. In the statement from the governor, she says, quote, "I'm a fiscal conservative, which is why, once again, I'm proposing a budget that's balanced, likely to pass through the Republican-led legislature."
Check us out, Truck Stuff.
It's Delana from Truck Stuff here to invite you in from the cold to check out our winter deals. Keep the mud and slush under control with floor liners from WeatherTech or Husky this season. We also now offer remote start for most vehicles and can also upgrade your seat covers to include seat warmers. It's getting hot in here at Truck Stuff at the corner of Central and Washington.
Check us out, Truck Stuff.
Your home for all the latest in Kansas, regional, and national agricultural news is the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm your farm broadcaster, Sam Speck. Join me daily for the latest ag news, statewide weather, and hourly commodity market updates. Also join agriculture radio legend Larry Steckline both Tuesdays and Fridays for a deep dive into the world of agriculture with the Steckline Report. The Mid-America Ag Network has been a 7-state region trusted source for everything in the world of agriculture for 20 years. So join us daily through our many great affiliates on the Mid-America Ag Network.
The Kansas Mission of Mercy Dental Clinic has announced that they will be hosting their free dental clinic that serves hundreds of Kansans every single year in Hutchinson at the Kansas State Fairgrounds at the Meadowlark Building today and tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. KSN News reports that according to the press statement, there are no appointments or reservations that need to be made as patients will be seen on a first-come, first-served basis with doors opening at 5:30 both days, and all patients must be able to wait in line. They say many of the treatment options include cleanings, fillings, extractions, along with dental hygiene education. The Kansas Dental Charitable Foundation is the host of the event in different towns each year, or last year they said they did host the event in Salina. They say every year close to 1,000 volunteers of dentists, hygienists, dental assistants, medical professional, and community members will be helping in the event. Overall, after the 2-day event, they say they will have donated roughly $1 million in total dental care. Kansas Mid-America Network News, I'm Andy Hoosier.
Tires aren't all the same, and neither are tire dealers. Find a dealer like Mike's OK Tire who carries Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. Michelin offers safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that provide exceptional performance and extraordinary value. BF Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive styling. Next time you need tires, don't deal with amateurs. See the tire experts. See Mike's OK Tire in downtown Marysville for tires, repair, alignment, and service.
Nebraska Mid-America Network News, I'm Andy Hoosier. Well, Nebraska Attorney General Mike Hilgers has officially laid out his goals for the 2025 legislative session in the state, including 2 bills that have officially been presented, trying to discuss the issue of Delta 8, along with improving mental health response in the state.
Synthetic Delta 8 is untested and is harmful. In fact, we know that there are reported cases of synthetic Delta 8 causing deaths around the country. It's led to a significant number of people calling into poison control, and we know anecdotally from reports around the state, including in Lincoln, that we have had children as young as 2 or 3 who have been hospitalized. We have had high schoolers who have contacted our office. Their families have contacted our office because they've had mental health breaks coming from taking these types of products. Those harms have caused our office to get involved and start a litigation campaign to give the state one avenue to help clean up this particular industry, which is not legal.
Mid-America Network News.
For over 80
Spending
years,
time in the backyard
Farm
can be a
Bureau
great time for all your family and friends. Burwell Construction can make your backyard look its best with a new deck and patio cover. Wood or composite decks, Burwell Construction will help you design the perfect space for all your outdoor fun. And Burwell Construction can secure your backyard with a new fence. 316-794-3430. 316-794-3430 or burwellconstruction.com.
It's Burwell, it's Burwell. Burwell Construction.
We've blown the budget on Random Rewards Cash for you in January. $6,000 in Random Rewards Cash every Friday. Double the pleasure on Saturday. With $12,000 in Random Rewards Cash. That's more than $70,000 in cash in all this January. Earn entries with your 7-Clan Players card on all your favorite games. Follow us on Facebook to see who claimed the latest life-changing jackpot. And come win in January at 7 Clans First Council Casino and Resort. Highway 77 in Newkirk, where the winners play.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has been protecting farmers and ranchers season after season.
You need to know you're covered and you've got somebody covering your back.
You've got local people that everybody knows.
And we have a good policy and a good agent, and I guess that's what you need to be able to sleep at night.
Loyal, local, and rooted in ag for over 80 years. Learn more at fbfs.com/rootedinag. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Reporting local news, I'm Bruce Dierking. A public meeting in Frankfort to discuss water and sewer increases and proposed projects that was recently postponed is rescheduled this Sunday, January 19th, 2 p.m. at the Ed Center in Frankfort. The first baby born in 2025 at the Nemaha Valley Community Hospital in Seneca was Lacey Bramhall, born January 7th, the first child for Anthony Bramhall and Cassandra Bramhall Dvorak. A renovation of the Marshall County Veterans Memorial of the American Legion and National Guard Armory in Marysville is underway. Many of the plaques had fallen. Those plaques are still available at the site for those who would want to pick those up. A standalone nonprofit organization is being formed with a new board of veterans and volunteers to continue the renovation. The volunteer board members include Barry Bussing of Axtell, Lynn Ruttabaum, John Unger, and Jeff Keating of Marysville, Carol McKinney and Bob Rader of Frankfort, and Kenny Kane of Axtell. Kansas Farm Bureau Foundation for Agriculture is accepting applications for 2025 scholarship awards. Up to 47 scholarships are available for students who demonstrate a commitment to agriculture leadership and community involvement. Deadline is March 1st. Application forms and details are available on the kfb.org website at kfb.org/scholarships. The American Legion Boys State of Kansas is accepting applications for the 2025 session, which will run June 1st through the 7th at Kansas State University in Manhattan. For additional information, contact the organization. Their website is ksbstate.org. Kansas Tourism has released the 2025 Kansas Travel Guide, a comprehensive and free resource of the Sunflower State, available in a print and digital format. To order a free copy of the 2025 Kansas Travel Guide, contact the Kansas Tourism Office, 785-296-2009. January is Radon Awareness Month. Radon is commonly found in homes and basement areas and can be a health hazard to your family. Simple radon test kits and information on the subject is available through your local extension office. Monica Thayer with the River Valley Extension District talks more about the subject this weekend on our Public Affairs program, airing Saturday morning at 7:10 on KNDY.
So radon is a naturally occurring gas, and it is from breakdown in the soil. So just in Kansas, where we are, it is just happening. It's a natural decay of radium and uranium that's found in the soil beneath homes, schools, workplaces. So just something naturally occurring that we have to deal with here in Kansas.
Earl Springer, age 89, of Diller, passed away Wednesday. Interment in the Evergreen Home Cemetery at Beatrice with the Harmon Wright Mortuary in charge of arrangements for Earl Springer. On the Marshall County Senior Citizens Lunch menu today, beef stroganoff, garlic bread, salad, and peaches. Closed Monday, Tuesday's menu is breakfast casserole with a biscuit, diced potatoes with peppers and onion, and fruit salad. KNDY News Time 7:14.
Whether you're buying, building, remodeling, or refinancing, your home is a major investment in your life. At United Bank and Trust, we understand how important it is to work with someone who cares. Our loan officers have the experience it takes to make the process a smooth one. Come in for a visit or start online by filling out a loan application at ubankonline.com in as little as 20 minutes. Mortgage lending with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Sunshine today with our highs in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Westerly winds between 5 and 15 and gusting as high as 25. Mostly cloudy skies overnight tonight with our lows in the lower to upper teens. Northwest winds between 15 and 20 and gusting as high as 35. Sunshine as we head into Saturday, but cooler with our highs in the mid to upper 20s. And partly cloudy skies into Saturday night with our lows just above zero. Sunshine as we head into Sunday with our highs in the mid to upper teens. Then staying very chilly throughout Sunday night, partly cloudy with our lows just above and below zero. Staying mostly sunny as we head into next Monday with our highs in the mid to upper teens. Then partly cloudy skies over Monday night with our lows just above and below zero. Some sunshine continues throughout Tuesday, cooler with our highs in the mid-teens and lower 20s. Then mostly clear skies over Tuesday night with our lows in the single digits and lower teens. A bit warmer throughout the day on Wednesday with our highs in the upper 30s and lower 40s. Then partly cloudy Wednesday night with our lows in the upper teens and lower 20s. I'm meteorologist Kara Foster.
Average high temperature mid-January, 39. Record high on this date, 68. The average low, 18, and the record low, 16 below zero. Sunrise this morning, 7:44. Sunset this evening at 5:30. How about 35 degrees this hour? That's check of the morning news and weather for this Friday, the 17th of January. KNDY News Time 7:16. I'm Bruce Dierking reporting.
Wait! Santa is done, my friends. After Santa's hard work comes the new Wi-Fi hungry connected gadgets. Make sure your router is capable and ready. Let Blue Valley help you kick off the new year on the right foot by upgrading your Wi-Fi experience with Blue Valley Technologies' worry-free Wi-Fi service.
To learn more, visit bluevalley.net.
I'm Christine Lisi. Baseball broadcasting legend Bob Uecker has died at the age of 90. The voice of the Brewers since 1971, Uecker was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2003 as the Ford C. Frick Award winner. During his 6-year Major League Baseball playing career as a catcher, he won a World Series with St. Louis in 1964, also played for Atlanta and Philadelphia. Uecker's family said he had battled small cell lung cancer since early 2023. NFL, the Cowboys looking to talk to someone they're quite familiar with about their head coaching vacancy. They've requested permission to speak with Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. He, of course, played for Dallas from 2015 to 2017, was the quarterback's coach for a year, then offensive coordinator for 4 more years. ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky.
I love the fact of Kellen getting an opportunity to be a head coach. I think he's brilliant. I played with Kellen. He's unbelievably smart with how he sees football and communicates football and has the vision for football. I think Philly's a great opportunity for him to continue to grow, but at some point you take advantage of the opportunity to go become a head coach for the first time. It feels a little bit like what they did with Jason Garrett many years ago, where Jason Garrett was a backup quarterback for them and eventually became the head coach of the football team. But I think Kellen Moore is a very, very smart offensive mind.
Dan Orlovsky on ESPN's First Take. At tennis's first major of the year, 19-year-old Lerner Teen, the youngest American man to reach the Australian Open third round since Pete Sampras in 1990 with his upset of fifth-seeded Daniil Medvedev, a match that took nearly 5 hours to complete. Teen ranked 121st in the world and was 0-3 in Grand Slams before this week. NBA Knicks center Karl Anthony Towns has a bone chip in his right thumb in addition to a sprain, is though expected to play through the injury. New York's next game tomorrow at home versus Minnesota. The Rockets tonight seek to run their winning streak to 6 when they visit a Kings team that's won 7 of 8, 9:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio.
What's better than one win? 3 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hour.
Friday night basketball schedule, a short one as Twin Valley League tournament action tips off Saturday. Marysville girls and boys at Wamego were live on AM 1570, FM 94.1. And our Friday feature game's a makeup affair with Washington County hosting Lynn on FM 95.5. Mudeca's tournament continues Saturday in Beatrice. Southern boys meet Tri-County at 1:15 in the auditorium. Southern girls face Parkview Christian at 4:15 at Beatrice Middle School. Annual J. Husker Wrestling Tournament is Saturday in Marysville beginning at 9:30. MHS Wrestling coach Skylar Geffert, a guest on our Coach's Corner this evening.
Bite Me Barbecue in Marysville has the best barbecue around. With pulled pork, brisket, burnt ends, and more. Daily specials, a fresh salad bar for lunch or dinner, and now featuring hand-dipped ice cream. Make it Bite Me Barbecue in Marysville, open Tuesday through Saturdays, with full-service catering also available.
From ABC News, Wall Street now. Wall Street indexes dipped at the close of Thursday trading after Wednesday's rally in response to the latest inflation news. The Dow finished the day down 68 points. The Nasdaq dropped 173, and the S&P 500 slipped 13 points. Shares of United Health fell on Thursday after the company issued its first earnings report since CEO Brian Thompson was gunned down in New York City last month. The company faces rising medical costs. Analysts report more than 87% of collected premiums were spent on medical costs. Oil company BP announced it's cutting 4,700 jobs worldwide and eliminating 3,000 contractor roles in a bid to cut costs. Toyota's truck division Hino has agreed to pay more than $1.6 billion and plead guilty to violations related to submitting false engine, emission, and fuel consumption data. Michelle Franzen, ABC.
Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm Andy Hoosier. It's time again for the latest Larry Steckline report.
Well, the Ag Resource Company, its founder, brings up a point that probably makes a lot of sense. You know, we've been a little bit concerned about why grain prices in this country have been so sick. Quite honestly, there are several factors that would indicate they should be higher. One of the reasons, maybe, and it's just coming home to me now after this research that's being done by this company, one of the biggest lessons might be the critical value of the U.S. dollar. The first trading day of 2025 saw our U.S. dollar reach the highest level since September of 2022. Not only does that mean the Federal Reserve can keep interest rates at elevated levels, but also expectations that the U.S. dollar will remain strong this year due to policies that this new administration is talking about. So, we can't do a heck of a lot about that dollar, can we, farmers? No, but it does have a major, major effect. When you stop and think about it, every time the U.S. dollar goes up, that means it costs more for our export people to pay. They got to pay more for corn, soybeans, wheat, whatever they buy because of our U.S. dollar. And that's been at a high for a good part of the year. In the meantime, the Russians and the Brazilian dollars are hanging in there pretty good, but they're not nearly as strong as ours.
Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network.
Like everything around us, agriculture and rural living is changing. Kansas Farm Bureau's Farm Weekend brings you the stories, the voices, and the passion of farm families living and adapting to these changes. Farm Weekend on KNDY, Farm and Home Information Radio, a service of the Marshall County Farm Bureau Association.
From Kansas State University, this is Agriculture Today. I'm Shelby Varner. Highly pathogenic avian influenza can be fatal to many birds, which could cause people to see dead birds. K-State wildlife specialist Drew Ricketts explains how people should handle dead or ill wildlife on their property. He says why his recommendation is important for the health of other birds.
The best thing that you can do if you do find a dead goose or a dead duck or really any dead bird right now is just leave it alone. Or if you find a dying bird, please don't collect that and take it to a wildlife rehabilitator or something like that. Most of these species that are being affected, there's plenty of them. They're abundant species and we don't need to try and save them. And transporting one of those sick animals has a much higher risk of spreading the disease around or potentially infecting a rehabilitation center, and that's sure something we don't want to do.
Ricketts discusses what people need to do if they have to move a dead bird.
The main recommendation there is that we wear disposable, impermeable gloves of some kind, so exam gloves like latex or nitrile. If you don't have access to that kind of stuff, some dishwashing gloves that you can throw away after you handle the bird. It can be transmitted through aerosolized feces or saliva, so the recommendation is that you wear a mask like an N95 mask. So gloves, mask, double bag the bird, put it in the household trash. Don't bring it in the house, but put it in the trash can outside of the house, put it in a dumpster, that sort of thing, so it can go to a landfill.
There are birds that are more likely to be infected.
You know, this can infect any species of bird. So the main species that we see it in are critters like shorebirds that are going to hang out in the same places as the ducks and geese. We can also see it in raptors like eagles, hawks, owls, scavenging birds like crows. It tends not to be a super common disease among songbirds, which are the main birds that folks are targeting with bird feeders. But some of the birds that we do see at bird feeders a lot, like pigeons, doves, and starlings and house sparrows, are starting to show up as being a common bird that's infected in this when we look at the recent data. So those bird feeders could definitely be a hotspot for disease transmission. So that's something to consider.
That was Kansas State University wildlife specialist Drew Ricketts on what highly pathogenic avian influenza can infect and how people should handle birds in their area. He also recommends people with bird feeders take the time to disinfect them regularly to reduce the spread, and for those with backyard poultry flocks to remove their bird feeders to help keep their animals safe and healthy from HPAI. I'm Shelby Varner, and this has been Agriculture Today over the K-State Radio Network.
If you've never experimented with lentils in your soup recipe, maybe it's time you tried. It's all about a very likable legume today from the Old Farmer's Almanac.
If you're a farmer or rancher, chances are you've thought about joining Kansas Farm Bureau. So what's stopping you? Your membership means you have a seat at the table when it comes to the issues that affect your farm. Things like trade, taxes, water, and regulations. The state's largest farm advocacy organization brings your message to policy decision makers at the county, state, and national level. The voice of agriculture becomes your voice and fights for Kansas farmers and ranchers. And a Kansas Farm Bureau membership includes other benefits. For about $50 a year, you'll receive discounts on equipment and supplies, cell phone plans, financial and legal support, home and office supplies, and more. You'll also receive Kansas Living, a quarterly lifestyle magazine featuring real stories of farmers and producers around the state, plus great recipes, crafts, and things to see and do in Kansas. Join us today. Visit kfb.org/farmerrancher to learn more.
With more practical tips and useful advice, this is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report for Friday, January 17th, the 17th day of the year. Statesman Benjamin Franklin and former First Lady Michelle Obama were both born on this day. Looking for more diet-friendly comfort food? Lentil soup might just hit the spot. Lentils are native to Mediterranean regions, and they're packed with nutrients and fiber. While most recipes combine lentils with brown rice, onions, carrots, and other seasonings, you can modify to your heart's content. Which lentil variety works best? Common brown lentils do just fine, and the green ones hold up well too. We pass on the red varieties, though. Their softer textures are better in sauces and purees. That is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report. Find all kinds of soup recipes online at almanac.com.
.729 from KNDY and 34 degrees. Mild highs in the middle 40s with some more melting of the ice and snow away today. But look out, back in the icebox this weekend. Highs around 20 on Saturday, only in the teens Sunday into Monday.
Mid-American Network Sports, I'm Doug Downs. It seems like it's been forever since we've seen the Kansas City Chiefs starters play a meaningful football game. That will happen coming up tomorrow at 2:30 as Kansas City takes on the Houston Texans in the divisional round. Yesterday, Andy Reid talked about this time of year and what it means to him.
The preparation, you've got to really take care of business there. The error margin is tiny, and so you got to make sure that you play well, coach well, the whole works.
The NFL weekend sets up like this. Kansas City and Houston at 2:30. KC is favored by 8. Washington and Detroit at 7 o'clock. Detroit favored by 9.5. On Sunday at 2, the Rams will travel to take on the Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 6.5. And then at 5:30, it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Buffalo Bills. The Ravens a 1-point favorite on the road. Mid-American Network Sports.
Friday night basketball schedule, a short one as Twin Valley League tournament action tips off Saturday. Marysville girls and boys at Wamego were live on AM 1570, FM 94.1. And our Friday feature game's a makeup affair with Washington County hosting Lynn on FM 95.5. Mudeca's tournament continues Saturday in Beatrice. Southern boys meet Tri-County at 1:15 in the auditorium. Southern girls face Parkview Christian at 4:15 at Beatrice Middle School. Annual J. Husker Wrestling Tournament is Saturday in Marysville beginning at 9:30. MHS Wrestling coach Skylar Geffert, a guest on our Coach's Corner this evening.
Kind of had some stuff moving around with guys trying to find out what weight they want to go to. Now I think this second part of the season, guys have fallen into that, into their proper weights now, going forward and building off of that now. So that kind of structures us a little more there and sets up our dual lineup. I believe we're like 5-2 overall in duels right now. We're 0-1 in duels on NCKL. And we will start back up with the NCKL duels here on Thursday, I should say.
Marysville I Wrestlers hosted Chapman in a league duel Thursday. Chapman boys win 38-29. Wins for Marysville's Wilson, Bussman, Waters, Wetter, and Becker. Cromie wins by open. Losses for Hirschlag, Kaufman, Rose, Schradel, Height, and Bush. Chapman girls win 41-35. Open positions for Cromie, Hubbard, and Martin. Wins for Bashirs, Throm, and Johnson. Losses for Schoonmaker and Hidalgo.
In this Friday's Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week, it's a Twin Valley League matchup on KNDY FM 95.5. As Washington County hosts in-county rival Lynn, with both boys teams looking for a morale-boosting win going into the league tournament. First-year head coach for the Lynn Bulldogs, Benny Bargdale, has his team setting at 4-3, but seeking more from an athletic young Bulldogs team.
Defensively, I challenge them to come out and talk the whole time, just communicate, try and become vocal leaders out on the court, and really help each other out more than we kind of have. We've kind of been leaving each other on islands at times, not talking, not communicating, and that's a very, very difficult way to play defense.
Another first-year head coach in the TVL, Ryan Huckett, and his Tigers are looking to change their fortunes, now on a 6-game skid, but a young team playing well can always make noise.
In the end, I feel we're real close to taking a leap forward and competing against the majority of the league, and hopefully we can pull off some unforeseen upsets.
Broadcast coverage on KNDY FM 95.5, starting around 6 p.m. with girls action, boys to follow.
Pairings released Wednesday for the Twin Valley League basketball tournaments, tipping off Saturday at Frankfort. Top 3 girls seeds with first-round byes are Centralia, Hanover, and Clifton Clyde. Top 3 boys seeds with first-round byes are Hanover, Axtell, and Centralia. In the girls' division, Donovan West is 4th seed, Lynn number 5, Valley Heights 6, Blue Valley seeded 7, Axtell 8, Washington County 9, Frankfort 10, and Onega 11. In the boys' division, Clifton Clyde is 4th seed, Blue Valley 5, Frankfort 6, Lynn is 7 seed, Donovan West 8, Onega 9, Valley Heights 10, and Washington County 11. 3 rounds are set for Saturday play, and beginning at 10, games at 11:30 and 1. Play continues Monday as KNDY picks up live coverage with 4 rounds beginning at 3:15. Consolation bracket tip-offs Thursday and Friday afternoons next week precede the semifinals at 6 and 7:30. Finals a week from Saturday, January 25th, begin at 10 a.m. Consolation games are set for 2:30 with the girls' championship at 4 and the boys at 5:30. KNDY will team with BVTV for live continuing coverage from the tournament in Frankfort beginning Monday afternoon. Brackets updated at our website, KNDYradio.com. Marysville boys are the number 6 seed and face 3rd seed, undefeated Rock Creek Tuesday afternoon at 4:45, tipping off the annual Thunder Classic at Nemaha Central High School in Seneca. Another undefeated, 2nd seed St. Mary squares off with Holton in the early game at 3:15. 4-5 seeds Troy and Jackson Heights are at 6:15. Top seed, undefeated Nemaha Central hosting Hiawatha in the late game Tuesday at 7:45. Semifinals then next Thursday with the finals a week from Saturday. Brackets posted on our website at KNDYradio.com. Marysville versus Rock Creek Tuesday afternoon, tipping off at 4:45.
KNDY.